everybody, my name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to talk about the She-Hulk teaser. Now, I'm gonna work through my process when I first saw this thing. When I first saw this, I have been excited for She-Hulk because I'm a huge fan of She-Hulk. There's a comic book run. I can't remember who the artist was and whatnot, but there's this comic book run that was very interesting with She-Hulk, and just seeing the dichotomy between Jennifer Walters battling with herself, and the real her, and the regular Jen, and not feeling like the regular her is good enough, and being in She-Hulk form all the time. And there was so much in those comics, in that She-Hulk comic book run I was reading. And of course, at a certain point in that fucking comic book, she works at a law firm, and she defends superheroes and whatnot. And She-Hulk has a lot of stuff in the comic books, some things in animation. She-Hulk has kind of grown as a character. There's a lot of derivative characters. You got Supergirl, you got Batgirl, you got there's a lot of derivative characters. You got those kind of characters like Iron Lad and shit like that. There's a lot of derivative characters. Jane Foster Thor, but She-Hulk is one of the rare characters who's a derivative, who is so vastly different than the Hulk that it works. She works on her own. She's an entirely different character. Jennifer Walters is an entirely different beast. She's a hilarious character. Not to mention, She-Hulk was breaking the fourth wall before people even realized what breaking the fourth wall even fucking meant. She-Hulk was breaking the fourth wall before Deadpool was breaking the fourth wall. To put it in perspective, I've mentioned many times before that there's this hilarious comic book panel where she's in a big fight with one of her villains, and and a lot of times in comics, Marvel and DC, when there's an epic fight that's taking place in multiple locations between multiple characters, there can be pages where certain characters aren't on, and where this page is just focused on this individual fight that's somewhere way over here, and then the next page will come back to it. Well, they do that same thing in this She-Hulk comic, except when it comes back to She-Hulk, her and her villain are sitting in actor chairs, as a director, and they're like, oh shit, we gotta fight, oh god, oh sorry, pretending that they're doing this on a set, that she is aware she's in a comic book panel. So I got none but love for She-Hulk. I'm excited for this. Tatiana Maslany, I've heard nothing but great things about her as an actress. I think I recently saw her. I actually just saw her in a show in Perry Mason, the remake of Perry Mason, the show on HBO Max. I just saw her on that, and I thought she was really good in that. So I'm excited for her. And the first time I watched this trailer, I could not pay attention to the plot. The teaser. I could not pay attention to the plot points. I could not pay attention to what the Hulk was saying. I could not pay attention to what she was saying. The CGI for her is atrocious. And the thing about it is, there were rumors and people talking about feeling bad about She-Hulk, feeling like, oh, this isn't gonna work. And I entirely thought they meant from a plot perspective, because I thought Marvel was gonna nail this CGI. I was like, dude, they've already done this already. They've literally done this already with Mark Ruffalo. Just do that same thing with her. But they didn't. I'm not sure what the fuck they did, but it is rough. It is bad. It is PlayStation 2 level CGI. It is clunky looking. It is really, really bad. It's shocking to me, because I figured that they would have this down. This is the one aspect that you have to get down. I don't know how big these MCU budgets are for these shows. I'm hearing it's about $150 million. But all of that money needs to go towards the CGI. And you know something too? I don't think it's a coincidence that some of the best CGI, if not the best CGI in the MCU, were in Infinity War and Endgame. I don't think that's a coincidence, because between the two, they're about $500 million each. But $1 billion to make both of those films. So it's making me think that there's something Campia has been saying for a little bit, which is like because he's been going because Campia, John Campia, if you know what I'm talking about. Hey, he's mentioned multiple times before, and I've kind of like disagreed with him that like some things need to be movies so that the CGI can be top notch, so that the actual CGI can be better. You know that the budget can be since it's a 2-hour thing. All $150 million of that budget, because the MCU shows, because it's something that never occurred to me until it like hit me, and it wasn't around. It was like I can't remember when it hit me. I think it was sometime during Falcon and the Winter. It might have been during Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That it's like, you know what, the $150 million budget for a show, for a 6-part show or a 6-part 45-minute episode show is a lot of money. It's a lot more money than broadcast television and whatnot. But when you actually sit back and think about it, it's like it's not going to be as good of quality as a movie, because you're spreading the $150 million over maybe 5-6 hours. Maybe like 5-6 hours. I mean, maybe 4 hours if we're being generous, but you're still spreading it over the course of a longer period of time. And I have to imagine that if She-Hulk was a movie, the CGI would be much better. And now I see a lot of people already saying in different locations that maybe the CGI, maybe this is just, it'll get better. This is just a teaser. But I'm just like, I don't really see it getting much better than that. You know what I mean? It's not like this movie's coming out a year. This show's coming out a year from now. This show's coming out months from now. Like, maybe 6 months? Like it's not like this show's not coming out. It's coming out near the tail end of the year, but it's like it's the next show after Ms. Marvel. Like, so I'm not sure. And that was my first reaction. Gut reaction was, what the fuck? I can't. I went back and rewatched the trailer. This time, accepting the terrible CGI. And the funny thing is, there's some good stuff in this teaser. They're really setting Jennifer up as this, as this lawyer. She because it's called She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. So clearly they're gonna try to balance the two things. They're gonna try to balance both the She-Hulk, both the superhero aspect, as she talks about, as Bruce Banner starts off the show talking about what it means to be a superhero, talking about, and clearly he's trying to give her, like, honestly, it's funny, he's trying to give her his version of with great power comes great responsibility. Clearly that's what's happening here. But it's so interesting. We get our first glimpse of is it Tim Roth? I can't remember. I think it's Tim Roth. Coming back to play Blonsky. We got a good look. There's some nice comedic beats. They actually play up She-Hulk's sexuality, which is such a big part of her character, is her being so open with her sex life. And it's something that, that's not a thing that you really see. I mean, it's something you see nowadays, but at the time, She-Hulk being so open with her sex life was not something you see, especially in superheroes. I mean, She-Hulk gets around, and I mean, she slays. Like, the idea of a badass woman, like the idea of a man having a trophy wife, like banging all these models and stuff, it just seems par for the course. But the idea of a woman, this She-Hulk woman banging models and stuff, it's always been a funny thing to me that I'm just like, nice turning that standard on its own head. So they are gonna play that up, but if they gotta do something about that CGI. Other than the CGI, I actually thought everything else looked good. I actually think everything else looked good, other than that CGI, but that CGI is just so noticeable, it's so upfront. They gotta do something. I don't know what. Push it back? Redo it all? I don't know what, but they need to do something. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. What did you think about the She-Hulk teaser? It was rough for me. Hardcore Marvel defender. Hard to defend that. Anyways, thank you guys again. I'll see you on the next one.